Welcome back, and thank you for joining me on today's episode of Allie's Answers, where we are going to be discussing the top 10 red flags and major concerns to look out for when purchasing a home. Whether you are a first-time home buyer or an experienced home buyer, no two homes are alike. There is always going to be things to look out for, so we are going to cover some of the most important ones today. Red flag number 1, scents. Oh my gosh, this is such a huge topic. I have talked about it before. If there is a long-term scent cover-up, such as a Glade plug-in or a candle burning, when you walk into a home, there's a very high likelihood that that scent is being used to mask a more offensive permanent odor. Real life example. I walked into a home once and you could immediately smell the combination of sweet and carbon. There was candles burning in the home. But then as you got further back into the home, there was a room that the candle scent wasn't traveling to, and you could smell a very heavy, dense, almost wet dog smell. So be on the lookout for odors. There is a very clear difference between a permanent scent covering up a permanent odor versus just a short-term Febreze spray real quick in a bathroom because the prior buyer that walked through had some business to take care of. Bottom line, if you walk into a home and you are hit in the face with a powerful scent, buyer beware. Red flag number 2, poor tiling. Whether this is in a kitchen, one or more bathrooms, if tiles are uneven, if they're not aligned, if the grouting or caulking isn't basically perfect, that can be a red flag, especially if you know that the home was just flipped or underwent a major remodel. Or if it's a result of new construction, the builder can take care of that. Also, might be a result of settling issues. So just pay close attention to the tile in bathrooms and kitchens before you purchase that house. Number 3, potential foundation issues. Believe it or not, foundations were built way better like 80 years ago than they are today. So I know some people purchase old homes from like the 1920s. They have so much character and charm, and a lot of people are very nervous about their foundations. Rightfully so, they're old. However, I've had this happen multiple times. When you get a foundation specialist in there, chances are that is a solid foundation. What you can do to check for foundation issues inside the home without going to a basement or crawl space, if one even exists, is the floor uneven? How do you check? Put a marble down. Does it roll one way or the other? You'll know if the floor is uneven. Open and close every window in the house. If something sticks, doesn't open properly or fully, doesn't close properly or fully, chances are there's a foundation issue. Or if there's cracks above the corners of windows and doors, also potential foundation issue. Red flag number 4. Signs of deferred property maintenance. If the current homeowner can't take the time to replace burned out light bulbs, fix leaky faucets, touch up paint here and there, or simply change out an air filter, think of what the actual home inspection is going to show. Case in point.
That's more like it.
You don't want to live like that, do you? I mean, there's a reason the Grinch doesn't have roommates or own his own home. Think about it. Red flag number 5. Be on the lookout for nearby water. That creek out back might look really serene and picturesque right now, but it's not gonna look that way when it comes flooding in your back door. Be careful. Watch for flood zones. If you're not sure, check your title report. I'm sticking to real estate, but if you like what you're seeing, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Back to the content. Red flag number 6. Wonky windows. Curtains should probably be open, blinds should probably be raised as you are touring through a home. If it's not, be sure to check these things yourself. Not for the functionality of the curtains or the blinds, but for what's behind them, the actual windows. Give them a tug, see if they open smoothly. Do they close just as smoothly? If not, it could be a sign of foundation issues, as I talked about previously. Otherwise, you just want to make sure that it's proper installation of the window itself. Red flag number 7, mold. The dreadful M word. Take an extra look around anywhere where there's water. So kitchen sinks, bathroom sinks, toilets, just take a quick peek, even inside showers. Make sure you're not seeing any visible gray, pink, or black spots. That can be a telltale sign of moisture issues nearby, which can definitely result in mold. Red flag number 8, water damage. Water damage can also result in mold, which we just talked about, but water damage can actually be a very serious issue because usually it's behind the walls. You don't see it, but you might smell it. If you smell any kind of musky, dense smell that might smell like heavy water sitting in drywall, you might be right about that. Especially if you walk in and it's maybe a 2-story house, maybe there's a patch in the ceiling and you're like, what's that? Wonder what they patched up. Could have been from a prior leaky faucet above or possibly a burst pipe. And hopefully it was taken care of properly, but you never really know. And that's why you should always have a home inspection. So be careful of the potential smell of water damage. Red flag number 9. We're almost there. Cosmetic enhancements. Usually cosmetic enhancements are really good, such as a fresh coat of paint, especially covering up an accent wall that was previously lime green. But what it could also be covering up is a splotch of mold. It really just depends on where it is. Usually if it's an accent wall in a bedroom, it's fine. If it's a fresh coat of paint on the ceiling above a shower that maybe doesn't have a great window that opens or any proper ventilation, could be a sign of water damage, mold issue, could be covering something up. So be careful of where that fresh paint is, how fresh and new it is, or maybe the seller is a smoker and the fresh paint is trying to mask that smell. That's a bigger problem that requires a full home remediation process. So take a look, be on the lookout for those cosmetic enhancements, pull up rugs, make sure hardwood floors aren't stained or damaged by pets, heavy claw scratches, that kind of stuff. Red flag number 10. We made it. Thank you for sticking it out. Proper ventilation is number 10. I know we're talking a lot about mold, water damage, et cetera, et cetera. It all kind of goes hand in hand. Without that proper ventilation, so many issues can arise. Even a bathroom vent, if it goes into the attic and just that's where the pipe stops, chances are you're going to have mold in your attic. If the ventilation goes all the way through to the roof and vents out into the open air space above your home, that's proper ventilation, and you likely won't have mold in your attic. Proper ventilation can be found anywhere. It doesn't have to be with an actual vent over a kitchen or a bathroom. It could simply be the windows, making sure they function properly, that they are installed properly. But without proper ventilation, there could be water damage issues, causing moisture issues, causing mold issues. You see where I'm going. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of Allie's Answers with top 10 red flags to be aware of when house hunting to purchase that home. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. And if you have any questions, please call or text me at 971-282-3441 or shoot me an email, Allie@wisepropertygroup.com.